So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello there. Hope you guys are doing well. How is everybody doing? We will get started momentarily here with our live stream. Okay, today we are flying out of Madeira Airport, Cristiano Ronaldo Madeira Airport, named after, we all know it, Cristiano Ronaldo. So we're flying and exploring the island where he was born today. And we will get underway in about 2 minutes here. Welcome.
Dangerous times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Here we are, Madeira, looking beautiful. We are on the island of Madeira, real time, real weather, as you guys can see. And we are cold and dark in the F-14 by DC Designs, which is, I know a lot of people don't like it, but it is one of my favorite aircrafts to fly. I am going to be buying new jets, so we will have a bit of variety here. But for today, we are sticking with the rather beautiful F-14B. Alrighty. Okay, so we are at Cristiano Ronaldo International Airport, and as a matter of fact, we can actually see his face, a plaque of his face in the simulator right here. We'll have a look at it once we are taxiing or something like that. But actually, as a matter of fact, I can switch to drone mode just to show that to you guys. Here we are. There it is. I think that's a nice little touch right there. Aeroporto de Madeira, Cristiano Ronaldo. There it is. Very nice, isn't it? It's also done pretty well in the simulator. Look at how sharp that is. That is nice, right? So that is where we are today, ladies and gentlemen. And the airport itself is handcrafted, very lovely looking. All right, look at that. Isn't that a nice shot? It is very lovely looking, beautiful stuff. Right, beautiful stuff. All right. So what do we know about the island of Madeira? It is apparently one of the most challenging approaches because of the mountainous terrain that we can see all around Madeira. Look at that. The entire island is just full of valleys and mountains up and down the whole way, which is why it's a perfect place to perform a little bit of stunt flying and terrain hugging in an F-14, which is what we're doing today. All right. So it's pretty challenging to land in it. And it also tends to have strong crosswinds as well. And yeah, in 2017 it was renamed after Cristiano Ronaldo. He was actually born here on the island of Madeira. It also has very interesting runway building. Apparently, its runway is built over the ocean using some pillars of concrete. So there's something. I don't know if we're able to notice anything like that. Right there, towards the end of the runway, as you can see, it's built over the ocean, which is pretty cool, right? Which is pretty cool. We can actually have a look at that right now. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. I think that's it right there. See that? See those pillars right there? So it's built by extending the runway over the ocean using about 180 plus concrete pillars. As you can see so clearly here in the simulator, it's nice that it's detailed really well, handcrafted, of course. Look at that. It is literally built on pillars, and they are about 70 meters tall, these pillars. That is very, very interesting. So fascinating right there. Never seen a runway supported by pillars like this before, so that is something very interesting. So yep, usually you perform a visual approach into Madeira. And as you can see, the weather here is rarely very clear. Makes for a very, very interesting flying experience, doesn't it? I should do a commercial flight between Madeira and Gibraltar, so that would be really fun. Yeah, I'm really gonna do that as well. That's gonna be fun. Okay, now let's head back into the cockpit here, and we will look at some more interesting trivia about the island as we get started. Okay, as we get started. Okay, without further delay, let's get our aircraft here started up from cold and dark. We've got some of the chains, covers, chocks, etc. We can begin by turning on the batteries, the systems. The GPU can be attached. There we go. We got GPU and everything already attached. Beautiful, looking lovely. Canopy is open. Okay, we can turn on the generators here. All the lights can come on. Why not? Can turn on literally all the lights. It doesn't really matter. So just a second, let me turn that light on, put the ladder back on, turn that light on as well. Okay, never mind. All right, great, excellent, excellent. There we go, we got all the lights on. We got wings swept backward, which is good for engine start. Okay, in terms of fuel, we're gonna refuel from here. Let's go full tank today. So that means that we'll also have the drop tanks available, right? Oh, we haven't loaded it in the aircraft, my bad. When we do load in aircraft, there we go. The drop tanks will spawn in right there automatically. Very nice. Very, very beautiful looking aircraft. I like it. Fuel quantities, basically what we need now. Oh, my bad. It's supposed to be this one right there. What else do we need to do? I think we're pretty much ready for engine start. Yes, we are. Okay, let's start the engine starters here. Cross bleed and engine crank. We should see the right engine RPM rise very slowly here, and it is rising very, very slowly here. If we go outside, we'll be able to see the nozzle opening up. So let's observe that, shall we? Yep, let's observe that. There we go, the nozzle has opened up. Beautiful. Beautiful. When we start the second engine now, okay, the engine is still climbing. RPM is still climbing. Hello, Anas, how are you doing? I am well, thank you very much. How is your day going? How are you doing? Okay. Brilliant. Let us now go ahead and crank the engine once more for the left engine to start up. And once that does start up, the GPU will automatically disappear actually. Got the generators running, so it shouldn't be an issue. What is new, Anas? Other interesting trivia. Ah, there we go. Engines running. Engines running. There's a bit of a glitch in the scenery. As you can see, there's a bit of floating artifact right here, and there's a floating bush right here. Not too bad. That is just a glitch in the scenery. It can't really get rid of it. Okay. Now that we've got both engines, okay, the engine is still rising up to speed here. And there we go, GPU has disappeared. We can turn it off from here. We can remove the chains, oh, we didn't actually remove the covers. So that's an error on our part. We didn't actually remove the covers before we start the engine. That is pretty foolish. But for some reason, the engine has started up. I guess it's not modeled that well. Lucky for us, but I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, chocks off, parking brakes are on. I can now cross bleed. I think it should fall back to the off position at some point. I'm just gonna leave it on. Ah, there it is. It falls back down to the off position, which is excellent. Let's get our wings swept out. There we go. Wings extended or open for takeoff. We'll close the cover for that. That means we've put it into automatic mode here. Quantity selection for fuel on wing. Wing extension on automatic, I hope. Yep, automatic. We can also drop the flaps here for takeoff. There we go. We've dropped our flaps. Let's have a look at that. There we go. Flaps ready for takeoff. And we are pretty much ready for taxi, ladies and gentlemen. We also have head tracking available to us today. And right before we take off, I'll also turn on Sky Dolly so we can play the replay from the external view for much of our stunts, hopefully, if we need to do that at the end of this particular flight. So pretty much there's nothing else to do except get ourselves rolling. We should have retracted the ladder before we started the engine, but anyway, let's close down the canopy here, lock it up. We are ready to roll. Brilliant. Releasing parking brake. Applying a bit of thrust there, turning. Look at how beautiful the aircraft is. I hope someone does a detailed version of the F-14, because I believe it's one of the most beautiful of fighter jets. It's so beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to somebody, if at all, making a better version than DC Designs have for the F-14. Okay, we shall backtrack a little bit on the runway and prepare ourselves for takeoff. I'll have a look at the wind direction just to make sure. The wind today, we should be taking off from runway 23 today according to wind direction, but I'm actually gonna go with runway 05. Okay, it's just more convenient for us. I'm just gonna go with runway 05 here. Don't hate me for it. We are taking off with a tailwind component. Look at how beautiful this thing is. Look at how beautiful this thing is. Now it can't turn well if you're traveling too fast, so I'm gonna have to slow this thing down quite aggressively. Okie dokie. Right before takeoff, I'm gonna turn on head tracking. Lovely looking aircraft here. Absolutely stunning looking aircraft. The F-14B variant. Okay, let me pump the brakes a little bit because it is quite slippery. Alright, we're gonna turn at the end of the runway and line up and take off. Actually, with a tailwind component, like I mentioned. Okie dokie. Perfecto. All right. Making that turn. Braking, because we need to slow down to make the turn that's coming up. There we go. Nice and easy. No rush. Anas, if you're still here, how are you doing? I can't really tell if you're here. Okay, lining up rather smoothly. Plenty of cracks on this airport, on this runway, sorry. There we go. There we go. We don't really need the whole runway, so let's roll forward a little bit. Can line ourselves up like so. Okay. Parking brake. Perfect. Turning on head tracking. We have head tracking. Before I do, let's go to that right there. Okay, all right. So a little bit about Madeira before we take off completely. It has a volcanic origin, this island. Okay, it was formed by volcanic activities. It has spring all year round, apparently. Mild temperatures, 16 and 25 degrees Celsius. That is very nice. It's famous for levadas, the irrigation canals that you find along the island. And the capital is Funchal. If I'm not butchering that name, the capital is Funchal, which is right nearby. I think we'll see it on our stunt flying. It is also popular for paragliding and whale watching. All right. And as we know, it is famous for the wine from the island. A little bit of information about the island. And with that, we're pretty much ready to get ourselves up and running. Okay. Turning on head tracking. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Oh God. Just give me a second to get situated properly. Engine up. Parking brakes off. And we are on our way. We are on our way. Ooh. A little bit of a problem with focusing on head tracking. It's not very good for... Okay, take off right there. Gear up. Flaps up. And there we go. Up out of Madeira. Brilliant. It is very foggy today. Might have to change the weather. It is very foggy out here. Very foggy out here. Okie dokie. But we seem to be doing well. When I head back inside here, I'm going to turn off the afterburners. I'm gonna save some fuel here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Excellent. Very nice. That I believe is the city probably of Funchal. I'm not entirely sure, but look at the cloud formation around this island. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. What a lovely island. What a lovely island. Gotta be careful here, because we are traveling pretty fast. I gotta be careful here. I'll bring down a thrust just a little bit more. There we go. That's better. Perfect. Let's fly over the airport, shall we? Before we head in for some stun flying. The airport is somewhere here. There it is. There's the airport. Let's try fly over it without passing out, shall we? There it is. There's the airport. Look at that. Lovely. Ooh. Beautiful. There's the airport right there. Very nice. I need to fix my seating arrangement. Okay. Let's head ourselves. Ooh, almost a crash right there. Beautiful. Nice. Very nice. Okay, I need to sort out the head tracking. Oh, this is a problem. Okay. Hopefully now it works better. And it is a bit framey today. I apologize for that. I don't know what's been going on since I updated my 2024. I've been having a lot of problems. Look at how lovely this island is. Imagine living on here. Isn't that lovely? God, the head tracking isn't catching properly. My seating position is a bit off. That sucks. Whoop. Almost a crash. There we go. Let's find our way through some of these valleys, shall we? Let's find our way through some of these valleys. Let's dip down here. Oh no, that's too low. Oof, nearly another crash. We need to find ourselves in one of these valleys soon. Okay. It is impossible to do this with head tracking and following the mic, and my position is a bit messed up. My head tracking isn't working properly. Because the mic is in my face. Because the mic is in my face. Okay. Whoop. Near crashing there. Wow, that is nice. Okay, let's head down here. Let's see if we can fly ourselves into that valley. Pretty cool. Oof. That is tight. Oh my goodness. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? This island is just full of these ravines and valleys, and that's all we got. The entire island is just this. And we can't turn the F-14 too aggressively because the aircraft is able to maneuver far greater than our pilot can handle, so that's something to remember. And not that I am playing with full realism on. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, that is a tight one. Nice. Very nice. Anyone in the chat? Nobody in the chat. I won't be able to check the chat often today. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful to say the least. Look at that. Look at that. Ooh, we got a little bit of a town here, settlement of some sort. The airport itself is in the municipality of Santa Cruz. I like the name Santa Cruz for some reason. Oh no, we crash! Boom, we crash. First crash of the day. That is to be expected today. That is definitely to be expected today. Because it's rough. It's gonna be a rough one today, and we don't have good weather either. So I can't see a thing. But it's fun, isn't it? Look at how low these clouds are, man. This is a crazy place. Crazy, crazy place indeed. First crash. Let's try and avoid crashes as much as we can. We got one today. Let's see if we can continue flying without any more. Look at how close we are to this. Woo! And this thing is not easy to control. The F-14 is not easy to control. The F-18 is much, much more malleable, if you would. Oh, there's a second crash. Didn't see that coming. Let's climb straight out now. Let's have a look at the island from more of a bird's eye point of view. Let's have a look at the island in that way. Hopefully this is not too framey for you guys. I can't tell if it is, because it is pretty framey for me. Not framey per se, but... Okay, there's the island. There's the airport, I believe, if I'm not entirely wrong, so somewhere here. Look at this. Isn't this lovely? Let's explore the other section of the island, shall we? Let's put ourselves down here and... Ooh, there's a ravine. We can have a run here. Okay, you know what? We can have a run here. Let me go to the other side of this ravine here. And we'll try and perform a little stun flight here, shall we? And give it a bit more of... Open up the throttles just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. I think that's enough. As long as the afterburners don't come on. Oh. I think I've opened it a little too much. Okay, there we go. We'll come back and fly into this particular valley. See how that goes. That is nice. Let's do that, shall we? Let us do that. Whoop. Turning around. Whoop. Don't black out. Do not black out. Come on. You can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Turn around. And here we go. Here we go. These clouds really make this so difficult. But this is cool. Excellent. There we go. Oh no, oh no. Oh, I didn't see that. I couldn't tell that was a mountain. That was cool. Alrighty. Oh my god, this head tracking is a problem now. Because it's not working as it should. I have to sit up very straight for it to actually capture. Oh goodness, no, not clouds. They take away my... Ooh, that is... Oh, windmills! Damn! It's like a wind farm here, actually. Yeah, it's pretty much a wind farm right there. Very nice! Did not know they had those. Did not know they had those. Let's try and dip a bit below here without crashing. Oh, we nearly crashed there. It's, I think flying upside down is at this point more accurate than what I'm doing. Ooh. Turn around, there we go. And we have exited on the other side of the ocean. Pretty nice. Really nice. Other side of the island, my bad. Pretty nice. Lovely. Lovely. Let's go back in. Let's go back in, shall we? go back into what seems to be a very tight space here. Okay, so as I explained before, it's full of these deep valleys and mountains, volcanic islands, so not surprising, is it? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, come on, come on, come on, pull up, pull up. Oh, yes, we nearly crashed, but we made out of that one. Very nice. Very nice. Look at this. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Some good bit of flying right there. Let's turn around and get in here. Oh, we're losing speed too much. We're losing speed. Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Okay, that is good. That is good. That is good. Let's see if we can follow this one in here. This is fun, just messing around. These clouds make it so much more difficult than you can immediately realize. They really take away all your points of reference and everything in a second. Oh, and I'm not following the terrain guidance that's on the screen of the F-14, by the way. If you kind of use that, you can pretty much navigate it, but I'm kind of flying visually only here today. More like let's loop back around a little bit here. Try and see if we can... Ooh, that was a mistake. That is a mistake. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Ah! Okay, we're out. Very nice. Damn, what a machine this thing is. Beautiful. Oh, a truck traveling down there. This is very nice. Okay, let us... Where shall we go now? Let's go straight up. All right. Let me go turn on that afterburner. Let's go straight up. And then we'll come back down. We'll go straight up and then we'll come back down. And see what part of the island looks interesting to us. And we'll fly around there. There we go. Lovely. This is nice. This is nice. Madeira, Portugal. Wow. Would love to visit here sometime. It has some sort of a tabletop looking structure right there that we can see. Okay, we need to go to this side of the island. I believe we haven't explored this side. And then we got that side. And have I lost track of where the airport is? Where is the airport? Let me have a quick look where the airport might be. Ah, the airport is on the other side. Right about here. Not a biggie. Okay. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. And we're about to stall here, but no worries. Let's try and keep this flying for as long as we can. And then we shall... Boom. There we go. Afterburners off, please. Yes. And here we are. Actually, you know what? Let's just go to idle thrust now. Let's try follow this valley because we haven't done that yet, right? So let's follow this valley right here. Whoop. Yeah, let's follow that valley right ahead of us. What's our speed right now? What is our speed? 1.1 Mach 1. That is okay. We're hitting Mach 1 almost. The HUD is not centralized for some reason. Okay, I'm gonna give it a bit of engine thrust now. Okay, no afterburners though, so I don't want any afterburners. I'm gonna give it a bit of thrust. There we go. Nice. Come on, come on. Oof. There's some rough flying right there. I don't want to go too slow because if we do, we're going to stall on those tight bends. We're not going to be able to get ourselves out of a hairy situation, which can come up real quickly here. Very nice. Okay, we need to get out of here now. That is the valley we just meandered around. Beautiful. And that is the wind farm. Let's actually have a closer look at the wind farm, shall we? This is fun. This thing is very fun to fly, but it has a certain rhythm to it, and if you fly outside of it, it punishes you very severely for that. Okay, there is the wind farm. Taking a closer look at that. Very nice. Okay. Let's now head towards the other end of the island, where I believe the airport is. And we can prepare ourselves a landing, shan't we? Let's do that. Ooh, nice. Look at how beautiful that is. Very nice. Ooh. Lovely stuff. Lovely. Imagine living in this valley. Just imagine living in this valley. Oh, more wind tunnels. I mean wind farm. To our left here. Let's make a right. I mean a left, my bad. We should be able to see the airport somewhere around. We should be able to see the airport. Lovely. Let's speed up, shall we? Open up the throttles here. Get our afterburners going. There we go. Get our afterburners going, and the wings have automatically swept back. There is a bunch of... I like that. There are... Oh, no. We need to pick up. Okay. Oh, don't. Oh, nice. We need to actually go underneath a bridge, right? We need to try that. So let's try that next. To do that, we need to come like this. Don't black out. Can we make that bridge is a question. Okay, oh, maybe too tight to make that bridge this time. Yep, too tight. But we'll make this. Let's try it, shall we? Let's try fly under that bridge. Because that I feel like is a fly the noob must try. We need to make it under that bridge. Okay, so let's try that. Hopefully the afterburners are off. Yes, they are. We don't want to go too fast for that, but we'll try it. Let us try that, and then we shall go back around and land at the airport. Okay, so let's do this. There we go. Near blackout there. But nonetheless, here we go. Let's try make it under that bridge. 0.7 Mach. I don't think we can do Mach 1 under that bridge, so I'm gonna let it accelerate by itself, but let's see if we can make it through that bridge. Making it under that bridge. Mach 0.9. 9. Boom! Yes! We made it. Yes, we did. We made it under that bridge. Isn't that nice? Very nice. Very nice. All right. Alrighty. Oh, this I feel like is the deepest valley that this island has to offer. So I feel like we need to go under. We need to fly through it, don't we? We need to fly through it. Yes, we do. Look at that interesting structure on the right. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Let's get out of here. Okay. Let's look for the airport now and make our landing. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Madeira Island for us. Let's open up the throttles and look for the airport. And there's the airport, I believe. The airport should be right there. Yep. There is the airport. Okay. That was quite fun. It was quite a bit of fun right there. Quite a bit of fun. Flying under that bridge through that valley. And here we go. Let us go ahead and land at the airport. Okay. Whee! Very nice. Whee! Okay, the airport is right here. That is the airport right there. Okay. Idle throttle. Slow down quickly. Using the pull-up technique. Pull up very aggressively to slow down and push back on the nose. Push it back down. There we go. Beautiful. What a beautiful scene. And there is the airport right underneath us. There it is. You see it in full view. Okay. Let's drop our landing gear. Let's drop our flaps to landing. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. What's the point of flying a jet if you don't land it like a madman? Right? What is the point of flying a jet if you don't land it like a madman? So that's what we're going to do here. Going to allow it to pick up a bit of speed here before we open up the throttles a little bit. For landing. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let's make a swooping turn here. There is the runway. Right ahead. 250 knots. Okay, let's give it a bit of engine here. Oh, we only have one engine available to us. I think the other one has shut down. Yes, it has. I think I think the other engine has shut down for some reason. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. We got one engine shut down. Oh my god, 260 knots. There's no way we can make that landing. There's no way we can make this landing. We are too fast. We are too fast. But this is Fly the Noob, so let's see. Can we do it? Can we do it? Come on. Come on. Can we stop? Yes. Okay. Let's see if we can stop. Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can stop. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Cristiano Ronaldo Airport here in Madeira. And we've got one engine not functioning for some reason. It has shut down. Okay. No worries. I'm not too worried. Just like that, we're in. We're in here, ladies and gentlemen. We're in here. Look at that. Look at that. We need to taxi ourselves back to... let me just crack open that throttle right there. Why not? Crack it open. Flaps up. I believe the rudder is stuck. No, it isn't. It's just that the thrust is asymmetrical. Ooh, what is that? There was an animal on the runway. What is that? Is that a dog? What is that? Something on the runway. Oh, there's more animals on the runway. Don't know what they are. We'll have a look at them. There's some animals at the airport They're all over the runway and stuff. Somebody needs to be watching that. Oh, ooh, what is that? What is that? Ooh, okay. We'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at that once we park our aircraft and shut it down. Okay, we'll have a look at that once. As a matter of fact, I think we can take a look at the landing replay. So let's do that as well. Let's do that as well. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, come on. Don't be shy. Turn in. Brilliant. Wing sweep. Let us bring it back out here. Very nice. Very nice. We'll go and park right in front of the sign that says Aeroporto de Madeira, and we'll also have a look at our landing replay, and we'll also have a look at the replays of some of the stunts. Yeah, we'll see how we made it under that bridge. Here we go. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff. There we go. And parking brake. Brilliant. Before we shut down the aircraft, let's have a look at our landing replay, shall we? So just making sure the parking brake is on for now. Okay, let's have a look at how Sky Dolly treats us today. Let's rewind that. Play, pause, rewind. Let's have a look at some of our replays here for the day. First, we'll have a look at the landing replay, and then we'll have a look at the stunts. We'll have a look at the various stunts that we did. Okay. Rewinding. Okay, we can look at it from that view. Changing for a second to cinematics. There we go. That looks lovely, doesn't it? Doesn't that look lovely? Doesn't that look lovely? Look at that. That is a screenshot moment right there. That's gonna be probably the thumbnail moment right there. Look at that. What a beautiful thumbnail. Anyway, let's head back to cinematic view here. And let us rewind it. Let's see how we landed, shall we? Play. Landing replay number 1. A little bit of a floaty there, but we had to slow down, so that's not an issue. There we go, edge of the runway touchdown. Much quicker than we should have, but not a problem. That was fun. That was fun. Let's have a look at another view to fully appreciate how crazy this thing was. Let's have a look at another view. So we're coming in really quickly here. Let's see. Ooh. I enjoy these mad landings, I really do. Oh, hello, Anas. Fun indeed. Look at that. Could have touched down any time, but we decided to float a little bit more, bleed off some speed or something. And then there we go. Boom. Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. Now, why don't we have a look at some of the replays for the stunts, shall we? So we did pass through the bridge, right? We passed under the bridge. That's something I really want to take a look at again. We passed under the bridge. So we'll have a look at the moment where we passed under the bridge. That's something that I want to take a look at again. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. Okay, bear with me. There we go, there we go. Now we can start right here. Okay. So this is when we went to pass under the bridge. This is when we went to pass under the bridge. Okay. Let's look at how the replay for this looked like. And there we go, speeding up, wings sweeping back. And here we go, threading the needle basically. Oh, look at that. That was nice, wasn't it? That was nice. Ooh, look at that. Very spinny indeed, eh? I believe we went down in here for a run. Should we have a look at how we thread how we went under the bridge one more time, but from another view, perhaps? Yeah. We'll just have a look at this valley run really quickly, and then we'll go back and have a look at how we went under the bridge one more time from another view. This is just lovely. Man, this was fun. This was fun. This was fun. Ooh. Okay, let's go back and look at the way how we went under that bridge from another view. Okay? So let's do... What view shall we do? Shall we do this one? Do this one or this one? Okay, let's try this view. Let's try this view. Beautiful stuff. We also have this view available to us. You know what? Let's... okay, let me just go through this view first. Oh, look at how close that was. My goodness. Nice. Very nice. Now let's try this view. And then we shall call it... We shall go back and shut down the aircraft. Once we have a look at this one, we'll go back and shut down the aircraft where we left it. And fun live stream indeed, guys. Woof. Yeah. Oh, look how close. Look at that. Wait. Gotta rewind that for a second. Look at this. Look how close we are. Right there. We're right there. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Look at that. Look how close we passed by. This is cool. Look at that. Nice. All right. Very nice. Okie dokie. Let's now go ahead and shut down this aircraft. We'll fast forward now all the way to the landing until we parked. Those are some crazy, crazy scenes. There we go. Fast forwarding to our landing. You can have a look at the landing one more time. Won't hurt, right? There we go. Let's have a look at that landing one more time. Our rudder was stuck here because of my controls, and now I fixed the rudder. And there we go. We're coming in at like, I don't even know how much. A crazy amount of speed right now. There we go. The flaps just extended right there because that's when we slowed down enough. And at the edge of the runway, and that's it. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, fast forwarding now all the way to when we parked it. Then we shall shut down the aircraft and we shall call it a day. We also need to take a look at the animals. Let's see if there's any animal. Right? Okie dokie. Very nice. Jump back into the cockpit here. Let's bring the GPU. Let's bring the chain. Oh, that happens when I do that. I forgot. Let's bring the chocks and not the covers. Let's shut down the engine. There we go. Engine shut down. Generators off. HUD off. All of that off. All of that off. All the lights can come off. Why not? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, does it? We can ladder, canopy, etc., etc. all open. Parking brake set. Flaps. How do I push up the flaps? Well, the flaps are up anyway. Yeah, flaps are up. Excellent. That off. And anything else that we need to do here? Anything else? Chocks on. No, chocks on. Covers on as well now. And there we go. There we go. We are in cold and dark with the ladder extended. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now let's see if I can actually have a look at the animals here. We did see a few animals crossing the runway and stuff, right? So let's have a look whether we can actually spot them right now, and that will be the last thing we're gonna do for this live stream. Okay, there we go. Drone mode. Are the animals here? Let me just increase the speed on the drone camera and drone speed up. There we go. Okay, we got quite a bit of framiness here, and it seems the animals have disappeared. Yep. It seems the animals have disappeared. Okay. That's a shame. We should have taken a look at them quite sooner. But anyway, we did see a bit of wildlife there. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Cristiano Ronaldo Airport in Madeira. Look at that, right there. If you're a Cristiano Ronaldo fan, hope you enjoyed that. Okay, there we go. With that, I hope you enjoyed today's flight. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and let me know what jet aircraft you actually want me to buy and fly next. I am thinking of the Panavia Tornado, I believe. It's called the Tornado? Is it Panavia? I don't know. But the Tornado is what I'm planning on buying next and flying around. Let me know. And yeah. With that, hope you all have a good day. Hope you enjoyed today's live stream. Anas, if you're still here, hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, I shall catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.